What's up, guys? I got something I want to share with both of you.
Okay.
Okay, what is it?
I've kind of been working on a side hustle, been working out a lot, wanted to give something to the
You
fans.
doing your own brand, or what is?
Yeah,
Give us the pitch. Let's hear it.
I started my own athleisure brand. It's called Mathletics.
Ooh, let's see.
Just got the first sample in. I think you guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna send it to you in the mail.
Show us what you're working with. Oh no.
Boy, what the hell?
Show off the ham hocks.
What the hell you doing, man?
Show off the Borrega a little bit.
No, that's not gonna work.
Show off.
I don't want to go
You can see
hunting,
the
bro.
I can't see them because I'm looking away, but I can tell you there's no market for this.
You don't like these leggings?
Sit your little tight ass down.
That's a full size. That's a full size. She want every color. That's a full size.
Hello to every single member of the FS Army watching across the world. Of course, I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm Matt Welty.
Trinidad James, ladies and gentlemen.
And we have with us here today Allyson Felix. She is an Olympic sprinter, a former Nike athlete, and a woman who changed the sneaker industry. Allyson, we're so happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about all that. The first thing we want to talk about, though, the sneakers everyone has on feet. Welty, what are you wearing?
We have a very athletic person on the show today. Been getting somewhat athletic myself lately, so I wanted to wear Nike and switch it up. Got the Nike What the Metcon 6.
Okay, working out. Trinidad, what do you got?
Nike boys, we have an Olympic gold medalist on here, so I wore the '04 all gold Nike Dunks highs. Why not?
Incredibly fitting.
And my
Allyson,
black
what do you
gold
have on
socks
feet?
by Original Fondy.
I am wearing my PEs. So it's a Jordan 4 that the kids on the Nike Production Creation Experience created. So, yeah.
I love that. With your initials on it.
Yeah, with the initials.
Big flex. Let's go.
Very special shoe. I'm wearing Reeboks once again. Still trying to pull some random stuff out of the boxes in the back here, so I have some questions on feet today. Guys, let's talk sneaker news. The first thing we want to discuss is Nike is bringing back the Bruce Lee Kobe 5. I know people always get a little bit emotional when it comes to Kobe's product coming back out, and they want Nike to make enough pairs so that everybody can get access to them. Allyson, do you feel like it's weird at all, given Kobe's untimely passing this year, Nike trying to bring his shoes back out?
I mean, I think it makes sense. I'm here for this. This is a shoe that I love, and it's just, it's even more meaningful.
And you're a huge Kobe fan, right?
I am. Yeah, definitely.
Did you have a lot of his sneakers growing up?
Not growing up, no. As a professional, that's kind of when I was able to, to get them. But I love that shoe. I think it's a great looking shoe.
And did you ever meet and have like interactions with him, with Kobe?
Yeah, I did. I think the first time I met him was at, I want to say it was the 2008 Olympics. And then, we kind of did different projects together along the years. And to me, like what stuck out was like he always remembered me. And I'm like, this is a person who, he's, such a star, but he always takes the time to ask you about your life or what's going on. It's just, he was a really special person for sure.
No, I love the shoe. Obviously Kobe is, to go back to what you're saying, Brendan, about, feeling kind of time sensitive when it comes to Nike.
Right.
I think it is always going to be a percentage of people, or it's always going to be like a weird elephant in the room. The longer you take to get to it, because whether it's next year or 5 years from now, they're going to drop Kobe's. Maybe to a certain extent, it's better the quicker you do it, kind of so that people just get used to like never feeling like you lose Kobe. Like, what I'm saying? It's like he's with us consistently. Kobe just a class act. And I want the shoe.
Next bit of sneaker news. It got confirmed October 24th. The Off-White Jordan 5 in the sale colorway is coming out. Allyson, how do you feel about the Off-White Nike stuff? I know Virgil's done a lot of the track inspired stuff lately too. Even the last shoe, the rubber dunk that he did, the campaign was all track athletes. Are you here for it?
I like these. I have different feelings about, different ones with the track stuff, but I really like this. I'm a fan of this shoe, and Virgil, really, it's hard for him to do anything wrong.
Wait, I want to know about your feelings about the track stuff, though. It sounds like he did something wrong there.
No, I don't know. When you're wearing like the last shoe, they had like hurdlers wearing them on track, and it just
dunks. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that part was the imagery is a little disconnect for me, but I'm here for the shoe.
Has he ever sent you any of the handwritten custom pairs?
No, I think I had departed by that time. by that time.
So, Allyson, we want to get into, your history with sneakers. I know that, the Gary Paytons, that's your shoe. You know what I'm saying? Basketball was, your first love, but like, what about the GPs makes it such a special shoe for you?
To me, that was like my first time, like actually, on a high school basketball team. Like that was my shoe that I bought, that I went to actually get with, my own money. My first shoe that I actually purchased, even before that, I had to choose between the Grant Hills and the Jason Kidds, the Air Zoom Flights. Yeah. And
Yeah. With the bug eyes.
So that was like my biggest decision. But like at that time, I wasn't playing like serious basketball. So when I got my gloves, like I actually was. So those I held on to, have them to this day. And, they were super meaningful to me. I actually went out for the track team in my gloves because I knew nothing about track and I was literally coming from basketball season. Yeah.
How did that go? How was that?
You know what? I guess that's when I knew I had potential because it actually went well. It shouldn't have. I don't know how.
That's how you knew she was going to be a legend because she made the track team with a pair of basketball sneakers on.
Crazy
at that.
Amen. Did being a runner fuel your sneaker obsession? Did it make you pay more attention to the sneakers that were coming out every year?
I don't think so. Like growing up, like playing basketball and having a brother, I have a brother who's 2 years older than me. I think that did it more than anything. Like it was
that
all
was
about, what he was into. We used to do our laces. Like you remember how people used to do their laces like half one color.
So
half
important.
Another color? Yeah. So he would like tie my laces for me. It was all about like cleaning it with the toothbrush because we had to wear our shoes playing basketball and then like to school also. So they had to look like, fresh and crisp.
And it was that pair of Jordan 11s too, right? You guys saw them at church and you took a picture of somebody wearing them just to think about the sneakers and hope to one day own them?
Yes, yeah, because we definitely weren't getting anything at that time. So, yeah.
Allyson, after high school, you forewent your college eligibility to sign with Adidas. It was kind of like something new at the time. You really hadn't really seen a lot of athletes do that, and you signed to the brand for 7 years. Did you regret signing to Adidas specifically because you weren't really into their shoes? Was it?
I mean, it made the most sense, like financially and everything, but it was hard because I was into sneakers, and at the time, like, I was trying to be excited for what Adidas had going on, but in that era, it was like, oh gosh, they were doing like collabs with Elliott, and they had like those shin high like shoes. They had like the T-Mac 4s that had that thing. I don't even know what was that thing in the back of the shoe. Like, I'm not sure.
Like the lever, right?
Yeah. So, I was trying to do what I could, but I was still, collecting.
Were you secretly buying Nikes?
I had a few in the closet.
Were you like, please no photos?
Now.
Yeah, I wore them around the house.
Adidas is how we start, 7 years later, and then bam, 2010, or whatever, bam, Nike. We here. We get signed by Nike. Being the sneakerhead that you've always been, who was happier, you or your brother, or whatever, that this Nike situation went down,
Yeah, we were both pretty excited. He actually was with Nike before me. Yeah, he ran for a few years professionally. So, he had the elite account. Like, I was getting a few things off of his account when I signed. Yeah, we were both like super hyped.
Big shout out to Wes. Were you seeing like super exclusive, top secret things when you were at Nike? Were you seeing product way before it came out that you couldn't talk about?
I don't know if I saw too many crazy things. I think I had like access to, to a lot more stuff than before, obviously. I remember I think it was 2016 Olympics. We were talking about doing a collab on like a spike. And I had like this idea to do something with Don. Don's a friend. And so we went up to campus, we took him up with us, and we like...
Don C.
Yes.
I'm not on a first name basis with him, so...
Don Sizzle, baby!
No, so we all went up to campus and we pitched this idea, and it was really cool because it was like super influenced by, LA and where I'm from. And I don't think anything like that's really been done on the track before. And so we met and everything, and I thought it went super well. And then a couple weeks later, like completely got shut down. And,
damn.
We ended up, they felt like it made more sense to do a Guy Kasu like collab because of, all of the running, connection and everything. But I wasn't really involved in the storytelling. So, but yeah, there was projects like that in the works.
I'm surprised too because like Don C, like for what it's worth, has like the coolest voice of all time. So I'm just imagining him going to the Nike campus and the way he talks, like pitching it, and how would they even shut that down? You know?
How can you not listen to Don C?
That's why it was a phone call later, I think. They didn't want to tell any of us to our face.
Actually, Allyson, I was at the 2016 USATF trials in Eugene, and I remember seeing you run in those Gyakuso spikes.
Yeah, I mean, they turned out really cool. I don't know. It was really special to me what we had, and the design he did. It was pretty special.
Yeah. So the Don C thing never happened, but you do have a lot of exclusives. What's the coolest exclusive shoe you ever got? Is it those Jordan 4s you're wearing?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think they're like 1 of 4 or something. They made a pair for Wes, and I don't know. I like the story behind it. I love kids, and that they got to work on this and interview me.
Yeah.
And, put a lot of those like small details in the shoe. The insoles say, I think it's run by faith, walk with grace, and yeah, a lot of that stuff. I think it's, I'm all about details.
Given all your access to exclusive sneakers, have you ever resold any of your sneakers?
I haven't. No, I don't know. I feel weird. Like I didn't buy them, so oh no, I don't think I would ever.
Those Jordans could go for a lot, Allyson.
Yeah, I don't know. Something doesn't feel right about it.
All right. Going to the Olympics, brands use it as like a stage to kind of, show off their latest and greatest. I've heard stories from friends who won the Olympics how they got these massive packages that is just like endless amounts of gear. It's like 10 pairs of shoes, 15 jackets, like all that. Like what was the craziest thing you remember getting going to the Olympics, and how crazy were just like the shipments of stuff that you got to debut?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. A lot of shoes, like a lot of, metal stand shoes, and I don't know, you get bags and bags of stuff. I love all the stuff they have, just different like sayings in them that are specific to Olympians. You end up like giving away most of it because it's like you're never gonna be able to like wear all of it. So anybody who's my size and my family and friends, they always come up.
How much stuff are you giving away? You just have excess sneakers like that?
When it comes to the Olympic stuff, yeah. I like to share it all, let everybody enjoy.
To the ones who don't know, like myself, who are other women, not even just women of color, just women period, in your same profession, who like you have found out through the years, like, oh, they got a crazy sneaker collection that people might not know?
Brittany Reese, she's a jumper. She's with Nike brand, and she has a great collection. She's a sneaker enthusiast. Corey Carter, she signed to Jordan brand, and there's not a lot of track athletes who are. She has like a crazy 11 that she got from like winning something at the Jordan retreat, like a neon color. She wasn't always into sneakers. We had to kind of school her. So when she got those, I was like,
you put her on?
Serious? Like, can you even appreciate these?
Right.
So yeah, there's definitely a few in the sport for sure.
Okay, I appreciate that. Noted. I got to check it out then.
Yeah.
Allyson, I want to talk about the moment where you changed the sportswear industry. So your Nike deal ended in December 2017. Around that time, you were thinking about starting a family. In the renegotiation process, you wanted Nike to guarantee that you wouldn't be punished if your performance suffered around the months around your childbirth. As described in your May 2019 New York Times op-ed, Nike said no. This piece that you wrote kind of sparked a public outcry, and things changed. Nike added a new policy and new protections for maternity around athletes. Do you think Nike did the right thing in those moments, and were you scared when you were coming out against such a giant company like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was terrified. It was probably the scariest thing in my career because obviously Nike is this huge, company, and they have power. And for me, it's not like I had another sponsor on the table. So it was my livelihood, it was everything, but I just like deeply believed that it was the right thing. Like, at the time it was 2019 and we're still dealing with this. Like it's absolutely crazy. So I felt like I just had to speak out. I did. And, after I spoke out, other colleagues of mine spoke out, then they did change it. But, had we not spoken out, like, would it have happened? And I think sometimes you just have to do stuff like that. Like, I wasn't the one who benefited. I had left the company over it,
Right.
So once they changed the policy, it didn't help me, but it's not always about yourself. It's about the next generation coming up, and people are already seeing the benefits of, them changing their policy. So did they do the right thing? Yeah, they were late to the party though. They should have done the right thing. I think Nike should be a leader, on many fronts. So the brands that we love, we're buying their shoes, we're doing all this stuff. We also have to hold them responsible.
Amen.
Totally.
Amen.
Yeah, it's not like I hate Nike. Clearly, I, have a passion for shoes, but at the same time, sometimes you have to be willing to, put yourself out there and step away for your beliefs.
When you put yourself out there like that, were you getting a lot of messages immediately from all the women you knew in the industry who were in the same place as you?
Yeah, like after I did, which was crazy because I didn't really think about that part, but after I did the New York Times op-ed, like people were flooding me like across industries from similar circumstances, just having that kind of shared experience. And I think that just like amplifies how big of a deal this is and still is. Like the thing that I was really trying to get across, that it wasn't just Nike, like this was an industry-wide issue. There's still more work to do. So we gotta, keep applying pressure.
Woo.
Like you mentioned, you're no longer signed to Nike. You're signed to Gap with Athleta brand, but you still do wear Nike. But I've seen you in Adidas. I've seen you in New Balance. Like, what are you wearing a lot of nowadays? But do you feel conflicted lacing up the Nike sneakers?
Yeah, it's been an interesting time. Like, this is the first time in my life that I haven't had a footwear sponsor. So, since I've been an adult. I signed at 17 years old. Yeah. So it's like a weird thing. I'm like, man, I can wear whatever I want. I also have to buy them, so that's different.
That is different. That is different.
I've been wearing a bunch of different Yeezys, New Balance.
I see you and Cameron with the matching Yeezys on.
Yeah, and that's cool too. I get to put her in stuff. Me and my husband, we started collecting for her years and years and years ago. So we have boxes.
Before she was born.
That's cool. But yeah, sometimes it is putting on different shoes, my Nikes and stuff.
Do you get specific memories kind of when you grab a certain Nike sneaker and it maybe triggers a thought in your head? Or
yeah, for sure. I mean, because that's kind of how sneakers work a lot of times. You have memories connected to them. But I would say a lot of my love for sneakers, it comes from my childhood. It comes from before that time. It comes from, just growing up. So I have a lot of memories connected to those experiences. And I think that's why I do keep putting them on. I'm okay,
it's still there.
Yeah, I'm still connected to that.
I got to ask you one thing before we move forward. Do you remember what was that first sneaker that you won your first race with?
I think it was an Adidas Spike, back then.
Destiny.
Yeah, because it's weird. I don't know why. Spikes are kind of hard to get. When you go into wherever you go, Dick's or something, there's two pairs.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I ended up with those. And then later on, I was can I get the Maurice Greens or such and such? Okay. But when I was 9th grade, yeah, it was some weird shoe that they had in the store.
Okay. Cool.
Allyson, every single week here on the show, we punish someone in the worst take section for something terrible they did or said last week, as decided by the YouTube commenters. We make them switch out their shoes for something awful. Usually it's me, and I'm continuing that streak this week, apparently because people didn't like my Moon Man joke. The Kid Cudi's been wearing them, but listen, as far as I'm concerned, you can send these to the moon, man, because I don't need these on this planet. This is Skip.
Man, that was hard.
As you can see, I have my hand on the box over here, so I have to take off my shoes and put on these knockoff Yeezy joints, which I will do begrudgingly. Please tell us in the comments who earned that distinction this week. It might be me once again. I really hope not, and we'll punish them next week.
Are you and Kanye cooking up anything at Gap?
Not yet.
Not yet. So, Allyson, we also do a segment on the show called Drip, Flip, or Skip. Drip meaning it looks good, you wear it. Flip meaning you resell it, and skip meaning that you don't rock with it at all. The first shoe in Drip, Flip, or Skip is going to be the women's Air Jordan 1 Lucky Greens. And Allyson, I'm going to start with you. Is this a drip, flip, or skip for you?
This is a drip for me. I'm excited about these. I'm sometimes the colorways for women, I'm not always here for, but I like
Correct.
These.
You know what? To me, the whole Lucky Green thing, as an Irish-American man, I cannot accept this moment of cultural appropriation. So because of the insensitivities around the sneaker and the boycott I will be instituting, I have to skip it.
For real? All right.
For my ancestors.
Woo! For his culture.
Wait, so are you like anti-Boston Celtics?
No, I'm just kidding. But I don't need these.
I need to throw it back. It was a funny full circle moment after last week's episode. My mom texted me and said she liked those women's Air Max 90s and said it was a drip for her, as was in our Josh Luber episode.
I'm gonna say it's a drip for her. Drip,
That sounds like a
for her.
disease.
I'm not wearing these, but you know, if she comes through,
If she's got a drip for her.
So I want to bring back that phrase, and I would say this is a drip for her.
For me, I have to see these ones in person. Like me just looking at this picture, it's not really selling the judge. I want to see the quality of the leathers. I'm always, as everybody knows, I'm down to rock girl colors, whatever colors, boom, 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 once it looks good. But I need to see the materials on this in person. So right now, I'm going to say it's a flip. Shoe number 2, we have the Nike Air Zoom Alpha Fly Next Percent. Allyson, this is your profession to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Is this a drip flip or skip for you?
I'm gonna say it's a flip for me. Like, these are interesting. I'm a sprinter, so I don't do like the long stuff, like where these come into it. It's interesting, the whole like tech doping thing, and that whole realm of where shoes are going. I'm interested. I respect it.
Based off the actual pair that Eliud Kipchoge broke. This colorway itself is supposed to be the colorway that he wore to break the 2-hour marathon record. I don't know if that meant anything to you or.
I'm interested in all of it, and like what it all means. Not for me, but.
No, I was gonna ask you or whatever. Like, is there like a low key beef between sprinters and runners? It's like the sprinters.
It's not low key anymore. She just blew it up.
Like we the gangsters and y'all runners is like.
No, it's just totally like two different things, like two different worlds, pretty much. So it's like for me, I think they would be like super excited about this shoe. For me, it's just like interesting. Like my longest run that I probably only ever run like 3 miles. Like so.
No way.
Yeah, no. I only do the short stuff. So I feel like
you've never done a 10K in your life?
Yeah, no. It's a struggle for me to like get out there on the road and like.
You gotta lace up the gloves and do it.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Welty, drip flip or skip?
I'd like to go running in them, so it's a drip.
Okay, he's a runner. He's not a sprinter. Remember that. He's an opposition. Brendan, drip flip or skip?
I'm calling this one a drip. Big Eliud Kipchoge fan. I actually still have the last pair of these sitting around here somewhere that I need to put some miles on, so maybe I need to wait. But I do like these. I am biased.
Nice. I don't know how to feel hearing Allyson's side of the story, understanding what the shoe actually stands for. I don't own any of these. I don't know. Flip. I'm undecided. These are the type of shoes that I usually like walk into random shoe stores. Like, I don't know.
No walking, we're running.
That I run into because, that's what I do.
There
I'm
we
black,
go.
so I run in and run out of stores. What the hell?
No, I wasn't saying that.
This guy's sick, man. You're a sick man. These are the type of shoes I usually buy for my mom because she is an avid walker. Moving forward in shoes. It gets personal here. Reebok Boktober pack. Boom chakalaka.
Should we preface
Go
it?
ahead. Go ahead.
He doesn't want to talk about this.
Put you up to speed.
Allyson, for over a year straight, Brendan wore nothing but Reeboks.
I feel like I'm going to do some more Reebok this season. I was too heavy on the Nike in the last couple of
Bok boys.
Yeah.
You can't really wear Reebok every day.
He wanted to get signed to Reebok. Had all these catchphrases.
Bok Boys movement. It's officially Boktober, by the way. Thank you to the person. It's November. We are in December now. By the way, this is February.
Signing out here.
Wait.
To help.
Girl, 2 years, girl.
Sweeten the deal. It started off with him wearing Reeboks for the whole month of October. He called it Boktober. Like 2 years later, Reebok went and did a Boktober collection. Brendan signed a deal to Reebok, but he is not affiliated with this Boktober collection that he came up with the catchphrase for. Now they're releasing the shoes.
Oh wow.
Talk about it, New York Times. Let's go. Connect us with that writer, please, Allyson. I must ask though, to get back to what we're actually here for. Brendan, we've been doing all the talking. Is this a drip, flip, or skip? Mr. Boktober.
This is a skip, and I have nothing else to say.
You're allowed to do that by contract? All right. Allyson, go ahead. No, go ahead. What was it? Go ahead.
I have nothing else to say.
Oh, okay. I was like, you got something to say?
I'll let you tell it.
Okay.
I'll let you tell
I'm
it.
about to say. Allyson, Drip, flip, or skip.
Now, are we talking to the whole pack or like?
Whatever you feel. Anything. The mask, the pumpkin, the rocks behind it. Anything.
We're just talking about Bakken.
Like the question for me, that's a drip. The other two, not so much.
Do you think Brendan should feel some sort of way about that?
I would feel some sort of way.
Okay.
I stand in solidarity with my co-host,
Thank
so
you.
I'm skipping the fuck out of it. Sorry.
There it is. For my personal
He said it,
opinion,
not me.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, for my personal opinion, I mean, Reebok, come on, man. You already know how I rock. Too solid. We can't do this. This is a fucking skip, dude. Get out of here. Now, Allyson, we also do outfits on this segment, and there's no better outfits to do in the world than Allyson Felix outfits. Outfit number 1, young Allie on the block. Big 4-1.
Young chicken legs.
This girl has won gold medals right here. What's crack? What's going through her head? Is she thinking about gold medals? Got GPs on feet? What's happening right here? What day is this?
Man, this was a struggle.
The ponytail struggle or what struggle? To fit the uniform?
This was
What
a struggle in general. Like, yeah.
How so?
I don't know. It's just looking kind of rough. But you know, it's a uniform. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't have any say in that. But
What high school is it? I mean, what school is this? What middle school or elementary school is this?
I went to middle school in Denver. We lived there for 3 years. So yeah,
Okay.
this is Prairie School in Denver.
I must ask. I want to ask this. What position did you play in school?
I played 4. Yeah, I was a
For
4.
real?
Yeah. I don't know. I was
What?
like taller than everybody, and then I stopped growing, so it was weird.
Wow, savage. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, I must ask. This is a drip, flip, or skip, Allyson?
I'm gonna skip this time period in life.
Damn.
Okay.
Just want to forget about it.
All right. Welty, drip, flip, or skip?
It's funny. It's like, you know, when people like tell you they don't show any pictures of you from like 13 to 14 as like you're going through puberty, and you're just like, cause you like look back at it and you're like, that's how I look. Like, but you need the confidence in it. It's a mile high drip, I say.
I'll just say that the glove makes for a perfect fit. That's a drip.
I don't have any of these damn puns, but it's a drip. the idea of, because those GPs mean so much to you, and then to see the picture and the time zone and what it means to your career just in general, like starting as a 4 and then as a gold medalist, you know what I'm saying? It's like, look at me now, or then and now look at me now. It's pretty interesting. Outfit number 2. Let's get flexy. Let's get flexy. Ow. Ow. So obviously we had to leave up the door, the garage doors to take this picture, obviously. First of all, what's happening here, Allyson? Tell us.
Oh my gosh. I was like really excited about these shoes. So yeah, I don't even think I cared about the outfit. I don't even know what all is going on, but I would say it's a drip. A drip for the time.
Wait, Allyson, surely you got these for free, right?
I did, yes.
Did you have to ask when you were getting all this crazy Nike stuff for free, or you just knew for sure it was coming to you?
At the beginning, I did. Like, at the beginning, I wasn't getting, like, what I wanted. Like, I was getting, like, I don't know, running stuff, like, random stuff, you know? And then...
You're like, I need the Nike sportswear.
Yeah.
You put in a call, like, stop sending me this.
Yeah, so we had some conversations, and then I started making, like, a list each month of, like, the releases that I wanted and, like, what I was interested in. Because, like, I was, like, at a point, they were sending me stuff that, like, I was literally just giving away. So, yeah.
And that's a flip.
You thirsty little man.
She's giving it away.
Look at you. What you gonna buy with Red October money, Brendan? What's the first thing you gonna go buy?
Some respect from the good folks at Reebok.
My man, that's what I'm talking about.
Funny, I guess, full circle moment. I think I just started working at Complex, and I saw you posting these images, and I wrote a story for Complex.com, and the headline was, "Sorry guys, Allyson Felix has more sneaker heat than you." I don't know if you remember it or not, but with that said, drip.
I mean, Allyson, this is big drip. What we talking about? This is big drip. There's nothing else I can say. Last but not least, what Christmas is this? Did you get these for Christmas? What's the vibes here?
This is like super corny. I'm like, why did I do this? The shoe. I love the shoes, but I'm gonna have to skip this whole little setup. This is just.
What's
America,
under the tree?
baby.
It's America, baby.
Allyson, how did you feel? Now this is random because I don't have that shoe, but I do know the packaging is like you kind of like rip open or like tear open the box. Like, how long did it take you to do that, or you did it as soon as you got it?
I did it right away. It was weird. Like this wasn't a shoe that like I requested. They just like sent them over, and so I didn't even. I was like, oh, what is this? And then then I like opened them. It's like, oh, okay.
The flex.
They knew at that point. We got to send Allyson all the heat.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm surprised you're skipping it, but it's like someone who shows up to Christmas with Paranorman foam posits on. It's like, what do you possibly give them as a gift that's going to impress them? You know. With that said, it's a flip because I want to make a ton of money off those shoes.
I'm going to call it a drip because this is a shoe that you don't see people actually wearing quite enough. This is a shoe that people buy and put on their shelf or put on their Instagram, not actually on their feet. So I respect Allyson for breaking them out of the box right away and taking this picture.
Yeah, I mean that's why I asked the question about the box thing or whatever. I was like, if you just go straight in savage mode, rip it open, put it on your feet, and just rocking it like it's Crocs, you win. It's a drip. Complete drip.
Allyson, before we get out of here for the week, we want to breeze to the comment section to see what people have been saying about us on YouTube, which is always a fun time. We have Metal Urgency saying, Welty, you are making us nervous over here. You got to lock that door, dog. We can't have your home getting invaded. Protect those Adidas. Yes, bolt the door if you're coming in. Eki Thump saying, I am not a sneaker man. Sneaker man. By any stretch, but I love Brendan, Welty, and Dad's passion and personality so much. I am FS Army for life. We are happy to have you. We have one more comment here from Nigel B saying, longtime watcher, love the show, guys. Shout out from Ireland. There's a full circle moment for you. Let's get to 500k subscribers. We do need that. Thank you for that, and thank you for downloading the Soul Collector app. By the way, we have a big promotion there running on Sunday, October 18th. Soul Sundays, where you get a second chance to check that out. By the way, I am your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm at Welty.
James.
And this was Allyson Felix with us.
She want every color, that's a full size. Buy a 6 for my kids, bought a 7 for my chick.
Guys, what's going on? It's Dad here. I love you so much, but I'm going to love you more when you subscribe. Because this is FSR. This is season 8. And we're killing it. We've been killing it for 7 goddamn seasons. And we want you to subscribe. The ones who have already subscribed, we love you. But we want you to tell 2 more people to subscribe because we want to get to 500K. 500K.
It's that simple.
Brendan, tell them what's up.
I also want this. I want you to be shopping on shop.complex.com. If you want full-size run gear, merch, things like that, that's where you go to get it. So please.
And if you want to buy any of the sneakers that we talked about on the episode, just go to the Soul Collector app. Don't be in our DMs asking where we can get them. It's the best marketplace to buy sneakers on the internet.
Simple as that.
That's simple.
Dad, FS Army, we love you.